We have a children's book spiking because of a horror movie. I'm not kidding. Let's jump into it. Another week, even more hot comics to discuss. Comic Butch in the house. Slap the like button and welcome the leader of the Gempire, Gem Mint from Gem and Collectibles. How you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me as always.
Slap the subscribe button. And at the list at number 10, we have Amazing Spider-Man 32 debuting in 1966. The second appearance of Curt Connors, the person who would become the Lizard, who had become the Lizard for the first time in issue number 6 of Spider-Man, but wouldn't see his second time in the green skin until much later.
Yeah, and this has made the list before. I know we've touched on the fact that there was such a big gap between appearances from the Lizard, but we're seeing record-breaking sales yet again, a 6.5 to be exact. It sold for $204 back in October. It's up 52% now, selling for $275.
We have the first appearance in issue 6 of the Lizard. Curt Connors in human form shows up in issue 32, the book that's on our list today. But on the larger list of over 20 found on Key Collector Comics, where we source these 10 books from, we also have the second full appearance of Curt Connors as the Lizard, making that list as well. Issue number 44, a 1.8 prior record being set in 2021, selling for $86, up 67%, now selling for $144 this week. A lot of Spidey love on the Hot 10 and the runners-up. Use code TOM101 on Key Collector Comics to unlock a full 2-week subscription, support the show, and see the other books that landed on the runners-up list. You may have some in your back issue bin.
You know, it may have been that ASM 44 I was thinking of, but a book that we've definitely spoken about, number 9 on the list, Incredible Hulk Annual 1.
An iconic cover drawn by Jim Steranko with the head redone by Maurice Severin. We have a 5.5 selling back in 2021 for $250, up 40%. That's an increase of 100 bones, selling for $350. This is such a classic book, Gem. I think it's just a safe bet. What do you think?
Iconic cover, iconic artwork, the first annual, definitely a safe bet. I don't know about number 8 being such a safe bet. As much as I love the 90s and holograms and X-Men, we have X-Men issue 25, the variant, on the list.
We all know this book well, debuting in 1993. It has that Magneto sketch card pasted right on the front and was printed in mass. But this right here is a partial sketch cover, a variant that doesn't come up, especially in high grade, often. We saw a 9.8 in 2019 selling for $660 over this last week, an increase of 39%, now selling for $916. This is a weird one, Gem. I'm kind of not too sure about this book. Like, I know it's a little bit more scarce. A lot of people know it, but $1,000 for a 90s book? I don't really see it because it's not a big key.
Oh, I believe it, Tom. These are my people. This is my era. Adults with adult money buying those comics that we loved as kids. And why not go for the partial black and white sketch variant in a 9.8? What doesn't make much sense, though, is what's going on with Winnie the Pooh coming in at number 7.
Debuting in 1977, we have the first appearance of Winnie the Pooh in a standard U.S. comic book. I see Tigger on there, but I'm not sure if that's his first appearance. I digress, because an 8.5 back in 2020 sold for $275, and that's up 118% this week, selling for $600. Now, could it be just because of the nostalgia cycle? It's a weird one. That could be the reason, people trying to secure those popular IPs, but also this is a title, an intellectual property that has crossed into the public domain. And there is a horror movie that is in production. The trailer dropped over the last month. It's called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's a horror movie. And here's the quote: "I'm violent now, but still the same. A silly old bear, just insane."
I think it's a good buy either way because it's a classic, iconic character, first appearance in comics. Or if this crazy new movie sounds like FNAF, if that takes off, it's going to spike the value. So, good buy.
Let me know what you think in the comment section below. To enter you to win this Omni-Man Invincible #1 Kirkham variant. And we have number 6 on the list to discuss because Tomb of Dracula 10 is still hot as all hell. And it debuted in 1973, featuring the first appearance of Blade, with Mahershala Ali slated to portray the living vampire Slayer. Well, We have a 2.0 to discuss, selling for $350 back in May, up 114%. That's an increase of 400 bones. Now selling for $750. Hot damn.
Moving on to number 5, we have Astonishing Tales issue number 13, the third appearance of Man-Thing, but the first cover appearance. We have a CGC 9.6, which sold for just $250 back in 2019. It's up 260%, selling for $900. That's an increase of $650.
Moving over to number 4 on the list with some Marvel Silver Age blue chip keys with Tales of Suspense 39. The first appearance of that Model 1 armor. The first appearance of Tony Stark. The first appearance of the Iron Man.
We're talking blue chip Marvel keys here, and this one has been solidified since the MCU's debut. A CGC 1.0 sold for $4,750 back in February, and it's up 35%, now selling for $6,300.
That's over $1,500 for a character that many believe to be finished getting its adaptation for in the MCU. I'm talking Riri Williams taking on the mantle, but the focus shifting from the blue chip book to the next gen. But the blue chips are still spiking. I want to know what the community thinks in the comment section. Moving over to number 3 on the list, Amazing Spider-Man issue 13. The first appearance of Mysterio, debuting in 1964. A villain that's come and gone that I don't necessarily think we're going to see again, but the book is piping hot still.
I'm telling you, Silver Age Spider-Man keys are always going to be hot, always going to be in demand, and these lists just prove it. Mysterio making the list at number 3 with a high-grade CGC 9.2 record breaker. Now, it sold for $9,600 back in November. It's up 31% for an increase of $3,000, selling for $12,600.
Hot damn, comic fam. Over $3K for a character that, when it hit these heights, the Spider-Man movie hadn't come out yet. People were expecting that he would appear in that movie, and he didn't show up, and the book is still going up in value. Looking at number 2 on the list, I'm thinking some Drax the Destroyer spec is happening with Iron Man issue 54, debuting in 1973.
That's right, in the following issue, we would get the first appearance of Drax along with Thanos and Star Fox. But the issue prior, Drax's daughter, Madame McEvil, who would later become Moondragon, is probably slated for a much larger role in the MCU.
Keep an eye out for Daredevil issue 105, where Madame McEvil becomes Moondragon. I digress because we have a 9.8 that is being purchased to secure what I suspect is because of the rumor that was dropped back in June of last year that Moondragon would appear as early as Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is set to premiere next year. We have a 9.8 going for $1,575 in 2019, up 265% this week, selling for an all-new high, an increase of over $4,000, $5,755. Hot damn.
Hot damn is right, some big numbers for Moondragon.
If you enjoy what we do, hit the link in the description and join the Mystery Mail Call. We are in open enrollment for July. Link in the description, or go to ComicTom101.com to join the community. Give me excuses and you comics every single month. We've teamed up with legendary Marvel artist Gary Frank to get out in every single box Daredevil #1, a classic Elektra cover. Guarantee yours, and number 1 on the list, we have the highest selling comic book in history.
That's right, it beat out Amazing Fantasy 15, becoming the highest selling comic book of all time for now. We're talking about Superman issue 1. Now, the 8.0 Edgar Church copy sold for $5.3 million in January of this year. Now, we don't have records as high as that, but we're reporting on a 4.0 today. It sold for $295,000 back in 2016, which is crazy. And it's up now 176% for an increase of over $520,000.
Holy smokes, Jim, with some quick math, that means that this book just sold for $815,000. We appreciate your time today, comic fam. As always,
geek responsibly and stay minty fresh.
Enough said. Comic fam, you gotta be joining myself, Jim Mint, and so many of my homies every single Wednesday on the best new app to buy and sell collectibles. The app's called Whatnot. You can join us for hour-long streams that start at 2 p.m. and we bring key books, old books, modern books, variants, exclusive drops, and giveaways to the mic. Dollar start auctions that last as little as 15 seconds long. We have 2 other videos for you to check out. Enjoy them. We made them for you.